told me that she was at a club and a Mendeecees. He tried to holler.
The scandal shaking the love and hip-hop world. Jessica White just did the unthinkable. In a move no one saw coming, she exposed private DMs from none other than Mendeecees Harris. And let's just say, Yandy is not happy about it. The internet is on fire. Fans are in shock. And the question on everyone's mind is, what was in those messages that Yandy didn't want anyone to see? Jessica isn't holding back, and the proof she's dropping is sending shockwaves through the industry. Some are calling it betrayal, while others say it's karma catching up. But one thing is for sure, this is about to change everything for Yandy and Mendeecees. Are we witnessing the beginning of the end for one of reality TV's most talked about couples? Or is there more to this story than meets the eye? Stay locked in because we're breaking down every detail, every explosive revelation, and every reaction as the truth finally comes to light. You won't believe what Jessica revealed, and what Yandy did next will leave you speechless. Jessica drops the bombshell. Jessica White had been sitting on this information for weeks, watching, waiting, and debating whether she should expose the truth. But when she finally did, the internet exploded. Screenshots of DMs allegedly from Mendeecees Harris started circulating like wildfire, leaving fans speechless. These messages weren't just casual conversations. They hinted at something deeper, something that could shatter the seemingly perfect image that Yandy and Mendeecees had been trying to maintain. Jessica didn't just drop a bomb. She set off a chain reaction that no one could stop. The moment she released the receipts, social media went into a frenzy. People started dissecting every single message, looking for clues and trying to piece together what had really been going on behind the scenes. And Yandy? She was nowhere to be found. The normally outspoken reality star, who always had a response for everything, had suddenly gone silent. And that silence spoke volumes. Why did Jessica expose Mendeecees? But let's rewind for a second. How did we even get here? Why did Jessica decide to put Mendeecees on blast? According to sources close to her, Jessica had been biting her tongue for far too long. She had seen things, heard things, and had a gut feeling that something wasn't right. But it wasn't until she got her hands on the actual messages that she knew she had undeniable proof. The moment she saw them, she knew she couldn't keep quiet any longer. Fans of love and hip-hop know that Mendeecees and Yandy's relationship has been through its fair share of ups and downs, from legal troubles to rumors of infidelity. They've weathered it all, or at least that's what they wanted people to believe. But Jessica's revelations painted a different picture. According to her, these DMs weren't just innocent exchanges. They had a tone, an energy that suggested something much bigger had been going on. The internet goes into detective mode. As soon as the screenshots hit the internet, fans started speculating. Some believed Jessica without question, saying it was only a matter of time before Mendeecees got exposed. Others weren't so sure, accusing her of stirring up drama for clout. But Jessica didn't just post the messages and disappear. She had more to say. Going live on Instagram, she addressed the situation directly. Her voice was calm but firm, her expression serious. "I wasn't even going to do this," she began, shaking her head. "But you know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of watching women get played, lied to, manipulated. I wasn't going to say anything, but at some point, the truth has to come out." Her followers flooded the comments, begging her to spill all the details. And she did. Jessica explained how she first found out about the messages, how she confronted Mendeecees in private, and how his reaction only made things worse. According to Jessica, instead of outright denying everything, he tried to downplay it. It was nothing, he supposedly told her, just a misunderstanding. But Jessica wasn't buying it, and neither were the fans. The twist no one saw coming. Then came the twist that no one saw coming. Jessica hinted that Yandy already knew. "This isn't news to her," she said cryptically. "Trust me." That one statement sent the internet into a tailspin. If Yandy knew about the messages, why hadn't she said anything? Was she trying to protect Mendeecees? Was she covering up yet another scandal? The questions kept piling up, and Yandy's silence wasn't helping. Meanwhile, Mendeecees was also nowhere to be found. No statements, no responses, just complete radio silence. And that only made things worse. People started speculating that he was trying to figure out how to spin the situation before speaking out. But at this point, the damage had already been done. The messages were out there. The conversations were happening. And no amount of damage control could erase what Jessica had revealed. Yandy breaks her silence. As more people weighed in on the situation, old rumors about Mendeecees resurfaced. Fans dug up past allegations, previous cheating scandals, and moments from Love and Hip Hop where Yandy seemed to be holding something back. It was like a domino effect. One revelation led to another, and before anyone could process it all, the entire internet was talking about them. Then, just when people thought it couldn't get any messier, Jessica dropped another bombshell. She claimed that Mendeecees had been in her DMs, too, long before all of this went public. She didn't provide screenshots this time, but she didn't need to. Just the implication was enough to send shockwaves through social media. If true, this changed everything. It meant Mendeecees had been playing a dangerous game, one that was now blowing up in his face. But the real question remained, where was Yandy in all of this? Why hadn't she addressed the situation? Some speculated she was trying to figure out her next move. Others believed she was simply trying to avoid giving the drama more attention. But one thing was clear, she couldn't stay silent forever. The pressure was building, and sooner or later, she would have to respond. And then, just as people started wondering if Yandy was going to pretend this never happened, something unexpected happened. A cryptic post appeared on her Instagram story. Just 3 simple words, "I see everything." No explanation, no context, just that. Fans immediately started analyzing what it could mean. Was she calling out Jessica? Was she acknowledging the messages? Or was this her way of letting people know she wasn't going to be played for a fool? The drama was only just beginning. And if there's one thing everyone knows about Yandy and Mendeecees, it's that their story is far from over. The clip was only a few seconds long, but it was enough to send shockwaves through social media. "I ain't even worried about that girl, man," the voice allegedly belonging to Mendeecees said. "She just wants attention. This whole thing is stupid." The second the audio hit the internet, fans went crazy. Some believed it was real, others thought it might have been edited. But either way, it added another layer to the drama. If this really was Mendeecees, then he was dismissing Jessica's claims entirely. But if that was the case, why hadn't he said it publicly? Why was his only response a leaked voice memo? Jessica, of course, wasted no time responding. "Oh, so now I just want attention," she said sarcastically in a follow-up live. "If I wanted attention, I would have dropped everything I got. But I didn't. I put out enough for y'all to see the truth. And trust me, there's more where that came from." That was all it took to send the internet into another meltdown. What else did she have? More messages? Videos? Was she about to expose even more? The anticipation was killing people, and Jessica knew exactly what she was doing. But before she could release anything else, Yandy finally broke her silence. And when she did, no one was ready for what she had to say. In a surprise move, Yandy went live, not with a statement, not with anger, but with a calm and collected demeanor. "Listen," she started, her tone controlled but firm. "I know y'all want me to come on here screaming and crying, but that's not what I'm going to do. Because at the end of the day, I'm not new to this. I've been through worse, and I will always handle my business the way I see fit." She didn't confirm or deny the messages. She didn't call out Jessica directly. Instead, she made it clear that whatever was happening, she was dealing with it on her own terms. "The internet doesn't run my life," she continued. "I don't answer to blogs. I don't answer to comments. I handle my family the way I handle my family. And that's all I have to say." The way she delivered her message was enough to make people question everything. Was she standing by Mendeecees? Was she indirectly admitting that the messages were real? Or was she just trying to avoid giving Jessica the satisfaction of a public meltdown? Whatever her reason, her response only left people with more questions. And just when it seemed like things couldn't get any more complicated, a new twist emerged. Jessica posted another screenshot. This time, a conversation between her and a mutual friend. The messages were vague, but they hinted at something even bigger than just DMs. "You know this isn't the first time," the friend allegedly wrote. "There's way more to this story." Fans went into detective mode, trying to figure out what it meant. Was this proof that Mendeecees had been doing this for years? Were there other women involved? And most importantly, was Yandy actually aware of it all? The internet was on fire, and the tension was at an all-time high. But the biggest bombshell was still yet to come, because Jessica wasn't done talking. In fact, she had one more trick up her sleeve, something that would take this entire scandal to the next level. And when she finally dropped it, there would be no going back. Just when the internet thought it had seen everything, Jessica White decided to turn the drama up another notch. She had hinted that there was more where that came from, but no one was prepared for what she was about to drop next. Late at night, when social media was already buzzing with discussions about Yandy's response, Jessica posted something that sent shockwaves through the internet: a screen recording. It wasn't just another screenshot of a text exchange. No, this was a full-fledged screen recording of her scrolling through her messages with Mendeecees. Fans held their breath as she scrolled past the very same DMs she had already leaked. But then there it was, a new set of messages. These weren't just flirtatious texts or a few playful emojis. These were messages that suggested something far worse, something that made it clear Mendeecees wasn't just having casual conversations with Jessica. It appeared that he had made promises. Promises that, if true, could destroy everything he had built with Yandy. One message, allegedly from Mendeecees, read, "You know how things are with me and her. I just need time to figure this out." Another one said, "You already know how I feel about you. Just keep this between us." Fans immediately latched onto those words. Keep this between us. That phrase alone was enough to send Twitter into a meltdown. Was Mendeecees trying to juggle two women at the same time? Had he been leading Jessica on while still maintaining his public relationship with Yandy? Jessica didn't say much in her caption. All she wrote was, "I told y'all." And that was enough. Within minutes, the post was everywhere: the Shade Room, gossip blogs, Twitter threads. Everyone was dissecting every detail of the messages, trying to piece together the real story. Some fans believed Jessica completely, saying the proof was undeniable. Others were more skeptical, questioning why she was releasing everything so strategically instead of dropping all the evidence at once. But regardless of what people believed, there was one person whose reaction the world was waiting for: Yandy. For hours, Yandy stayed silent. No Instagram post, no stories, no cryptic messages, just silence. And that silence spoke volumes. Was she trying to process everything behind the scenes? Was she talking to Mendeecees, trying to get the truth from him? Or was she simply refusing to give this situation any more energy? Fans couldn't help but compare the scandal to past rumors about Mendeecees. Over the years, there had been whispers of infidelity, but nothing had ever been confirmed. Yandy had always stood by her man, brushing off the accusations and maintaining a strong front. But this time, things felt different. This time, there was evidence. And not just vague allegations, actual messages. Then, finally, Mendeecees himself broke his silence. But instead of posting a statement or going live, he did something unexpected. He dropped a blurry, low-quality Instagram story with just one sentence. "Y'all believe anything." That was it. No denial, no explanation, just a vague dismissal. But if he thought that was going to calm things down, he was dead wrong. Jessica wasted no time clapping back. Within minutes of his post, she went live again, looking directly into the camera with a smirk. "I love how people always want to act like the internet just makes stuff up," she said. Like, "Sir, did I text myself? Did I Photoshop a whole conversation? Did I screen record imaginary messages? Come on now." She paused for a moment, letting her words sink in before delivering the real blow. "But you know what? I'm not even mad at you. You doing what men always do, lying until they can't lie no more. But I'ma make this real easy for you. Since you saying people believe anything, how about I give them something they can't deny?" The comment section exploded. What did she mean? What else did she have? Jessica let the suspense build for a second before dropping another bombshell. "I wasn't even going to do this," she said, shaking her head. "But since you want to play dumb, I guess it's time for the voice notes." The internet went into a frenzy. Voice notes? This wasn't just another round of screenshots. If Jessica really had voice recordings of Mendeecees, then there was no way for him to talk his way out of this. And when she pressed play, the internet would never be the same. As the internet exploded with reactions to the leaked voice notes, all eyes turned to Yandy. Fans flooded her social media with comments demanding a response. Everyone wanted to know, was she going to deny it, defend Mendeecees, or finally acknowledge the truth? But Yandy remained completely silent. No Instagram posts, no cryptic quotes, no shady song lyrics, just nothing. And that silence only made the situation worse. Because when a scandal like this drops, people expect damage control. They expect some kind of reaction. But instead, Yandy's silence left fans speculating. Was she too embarrassed to speak out? Was she waiting to have a private conversation with Mendeecees before saying anything? Or was she simply refusing to give Jessica the attention she wanted? The blogs kept the pressure on, reposting the leaked voice notes over and over again. Fans dissected every word, trying to determine if the audio was real. Some claimed the voice didn't sound exactly like Mendeecees, while others argued that it was undeniable. But no matter what side people were on, one thing was clear: this wasn't going away anytime soon. Then, finally, Yandy made her move. She went live on Instagram, but instead of addressing the drama head-on, she did something no one saw coming. She was sitting in her car, wearing sunglasses,